It's a very weird place for a song, but I'm in Sawyer, Michigan, and I'm by a Family Dollar, and I just walked past a bunch of cool, trendy, hip, renovated-looking places in tiny little downtown Sawyer. And now I'm by I-94 randomly. It's a very tiny town. And I just thought I'd make up a song before I turned around. I'll show you the on-ramp. I'm really just taking pictures because it's one of my nephew's names. Alright, here we go. That guy honked at me and waved, but like I don't see how this is anything appealing. I'm just like sitting cross-legged on a bit of sidewalk. Not very seductive or anything. Wearing like a hat and glasses, like, not that those can't be cute, but I'm like trying to not look like anything. Sometimes I just wish I was completely invisible or like a floaty little cloud or just a wisp of air. But I try not to wish those things because I think that's like having a death dream. I look at that as like trying to wish your life away now. Like now when I think thoughts like that, I'm like, well, that's weird. Like, you want to die so bad, you want to not exist, you want to not be visible, you want to not be seen. Like, that's like suicidal ideation. And I did it for like 4 years. And they were years that were otherwise kind of positive on other topics. So like, I try not to do that now because I don't think that it's very healthy to live inside of. I am about to release an album, Time in the Sky, In Your Mind. Release it for the second time, or the third time if you count when it was first created and released on YouTube, the day that I wrote all the songs, which was May 26th, 2017. And anyway, but those songs are a lot about flying away and floating away and being a soul, not a body, you know? And my obsession with that has been probably life recovering and life saving, but also probably deeply unhealthy because it's like wanting to push pause on your life. I didn't see it as a pause button. I was pausing with a pause button for other reasons the last 5 years. There were things that I wanted that I couldn't have, and I had to make really difficult choices to choose to have something I wanted while tolerating something I didn't want. And I think that's normal. It's called compromise, but there were some big topics that were like a pause button, which I experienced them as feeling like a floaty little cloud floating outside of my life because I don't know. It made me feel not totally real to not be able to just, I don't know, move forward, I guess. I kind of felt a little bit like I was living in Groundhog's Day. Which, if you've watched this channel before, you know I'm just talking about staying in Grand Haven even after leaving a traumatizing job and a really painful, messy divorce pretty close by. And I kind of wanted to just get away from the area, but I had to work through a lot of emotions around what place means and what it means to run away from versus move towards something. I also had to work through sort of what it is to choose somebody because after those really horrible things, I met somebody and fell in love with him. And when you choose somebody like that, you can't just like saddle them to your hip and make them go along for your ride. You kind of have to find middle ground if you want to. You can also just walk away, but I absolutely didn't want to walk away, and I made the right gamble because I was madly in love with him as ever, and he's just a really good person, and that's something that helps with my slow to trust heart. Anyway. a start. It's a start. It's a start. I don't even live here yet, but I can feel it in me. Drying air. Can feel it like a prairie coming home to me. Or maybe I've come home to you, and I'm taking you with me. 'Cause any old dream wouldn't do. This is so weird. I did not mean to be this weird in my life ever before. Hold on. I've been eating a lot of sugar and popcorn and ice cream and very summertime haphazardness. But this ant is on my phone. Come on, ant. Hope you made it down. Anyway, it makes me a little more self-conscious about my face because I definitely carry weight in really weird places and I'm very curvy. And because I had an eating disorder for so long, I feel like for the rest of my life people aren't gonna recognize me as me. Like, this is my sort of natural shape and I blamed it on a lot of things and putting on weight, but this is just sort of what I look like when I'm not trying so hard and like slaving my life away to have a perfect body, whatever that even means. I like my body. It takes me places. Hello, body. Anyway, but you know, I've been like 50 pounds lighter than this with no boobs and very tiny bum, and so you know, I know that some people probably don't recognize me this way, even though this is probably the way my body was meant to hold weight. I don't know. I mean, also I could cut back on the ice cream and popcorn and stuff and be a little smaller. But I don't want to do it for that reason. I think that's the weird thing about eating disorder recovery is I don't want to change how I eat for something related to my physical appearance. Like, ew. And I know that many women, probably more women than not, and some men, maybe not as many, have similar ways of thinking about food. So I'm not like alone in it, and I need to remember that. Like, when I say I had an eating disorder, I need to not feel shame. Like, it's very, 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 very common. So, anyway, so if you relate to sort of like starving yourself or only letting yourself eat certain foods, or I've had so many different diets and only fat-free or 1 gram of fat foods, and then I had like, well, I went vegan for a little while, and then I did the type B diet, and then I did Whole30 multiple times, and lots more. E-diets, Dr. A's Food Addicts Boot Camp. I've done it all. Anyway, but I'm actually just enjoying eating lately. Okay, this all came up because I thought it was weird looking at my own face and seeing my little but, you know, just a person in a body. Like, you can't write songs for 4 years about death dreams and wanting to float away and be a cloud in the sky and not be seen or visible, but then also, you know, waste your lifetime being paranoid about what you look like. Like, you're either a floaty little cartoon wisp of a soul helping people on their insides, or you are more focused on outsides of things. And if I'm going to be focused on outsides of myself in terms of body, then I should also be more focused on my business and branding things and curating shows differently. And like, it's clearly I'm all about internals. So I just released a private link recital of all my students today, and that was pretty cool. Got like, well, not all of them were, but a lot were. This dog is trying to talk to me. Hello, buddy. Well, that's Sawyer, or that's Sawyer today anyway. I will talk to you later. Bye.